Hello, this is Rebecca here, and today I'm here to show you my setup for my 2016 planner in my Happy Planner, which is by Me and My Big Ideas. And this is a planner that I use for everyday use. This is for keeping up with my kids' activities along with mine, and just basically my whole schedule is in here. I also have a kind of a business planner, a smaller Webster Color Crush personal planner that I carry around that just kind of is for goals and dreams as well, that just is concerning with my business. But let me go ahead and show you a walkthrough. I did change the cover to my planner. These came in a set of 4 and they are easy to remove and attach, so you can change out your covers. And this one I just put a pink sparkly heart in the middle of the heart that was already here. I also put on my little cupcake charm, and then of course I make these are my tassel, let me just take that out, these are my tassel planner clips, and I do sell these on Etsy for a very reasonable price. They're just something fun that I like to do on the side, and I just stick it in, pop them in an envelope and ship them off in there. They just add such a sparkly fun to any planner. But anyway, so let me go ahead and get started. Basically, it's just your front cover here. What I did was I went ahead and pulled out this. I purchased this one when it had the starting of September, I believe, was in here. But what I did was I just took out all of that stack, and I pinned it. And I keep my planners from year to year, so I'm just going to kind of clip this on, since this has my January this month kind of page to important information over here. So I just clipped it with some binder clips to keep that in there. Also, excuse me, I have a cough drop. Can't seem to get rid of this cough that I've had, so I just didn't want to have a coughing fit while I'm filming. So if you hear clanking and stuff, it's just a cough drop. And then the other thing I have are the stickers that I received from the on a creative exchange that I did. So I punched them with my arc punch, and I just added those. Then I also created another kind of coordinating planner, a folder. This is one that I had, I believe I made this on a on another video, and it's just a 3-pocket folder. And I made another one that kind of going, yes, I'm already moving into hearts for upcoming Valentine's Day. And so in here I just stick a lot of my different stickers that I can use, that I'll be using in for decoration purposes, and those in marking, and maybe using these to mark checklists and things like that. And then on the other side of the folder, I have I always carry cards with me, some note cards, so that way in case I need to pop one of them out. I'll probably need to change these up. These are ones that I just pulled from there. These are more of a Halloween, and pumpkins. I need to move into some springish type cards. And then these are just some different little things that I could add maybe to a page, or if I wanted to send something as well. They're just kind of little additive things in there. Then I have another one of these little cards. These are actually from a kit that I get. They have all sorts of different little die cuts. These are simple stories and they come in a kit, so they're just fun to kind of add in there. And then the next thing that I have, these are actually ones that I had punched out. Let me show you. I picked these up at, where were they? Barnes and Nobles. And they're all these pads that are, that was from Miss Brimble's box, but all of these are from a set from Susan Branch, and they all have the dates, the months listed, and it's a nice size pack. And they came with these some little post-it notes, And so what I did was I just took a few out of each one. And of course I'll have those handy, but these are my December ones. And I just started making lists of things I'd be either driving or sitting at my desk or, doing dishes or something. I'd have an idea and I'd come over and I'd jot it down. And that way I don't forget it. And then I've also started some goals that I had wanted to work on. But let me show you what I did with these little Post-it notes. I added, that way as I go into the year, I have these available for marking down notes that I don't want to forget, or maybe things like, for instance, in April is my sister's birthday, so I don't want to forget, it's the 40th, so that's like a special birthday. So I kind of added these. I think I went up through June, and then I figured for 6 months, that way I didn't add too much thickness to my planner, but I'll have those available for writing notes down. So the next thing I did was, in front of every month, I started with a sheet for my goals. And this year my plan is to do a top three for the month. I could easily, like for instance, this personal goal is to eat more green vegetable, which means I'd like to pack a salad for my lunch every day. Vitamins, I need to buy more daily vitamins. I mean, I could do that easily, check off it's done. But these are just kind of keeping me on track, things that I've kind of gone to the wayside. And that way I can kind of keep up with, keeping up on track with things that I want to do. And so I want to do a top 3 for my personal, my family, my home, my business, and my budget. And again, these could change, and I could check them off the first. They might run through the whole year, like keeping up with my son's grades. That's going to go for the whole year. But some of these I could just check off. But these, I want to make sure I make myself at least 3 goals for each month. The next thing I added, and this was actually an idea that I got from Perfect Planner. Her name is Jenny, and she's on Instagram. She does Periscope. She has a YouTube page, and I'll leave a link for her below. But she was the one who kind of said, plan out, it's coming up, go ahead and plan sheet out. So for my month of January, I knew my daughter's birthday was coming up on the 9th, and it kind of is one of those birthdays that you're just getting out of the holidays, you're ready to get back to normal. But I didn't want to forget, we had a special birthday because she turns 10. So I started her own page, and I started marking off things that I need to do, and go in here and mark off. And so that's what I started. And so the next thing I did, I also have a baby shower at the end of January. And so I started marking down things that I need to do for that baby shower. And I want to come in here and add some embellishments and things like that. But that way I'm ahead of my game, and I'm not worried at the last minute, a week before, going, oh yeah, I forgot, or, I'm already planning ahead. So that's what I did in the month for January. These are lots of things because I had lots of goals that I wanted to do in January. And then I did the same thing for February. So I have my dreams and goals here, and then I have all this paper available that I can go in and look at what's coming up in February and mark it down, like this project specific, I guess, so to speak. So I did that for each one of the months, and you'll see June and May, so it's throughout the whole planner. Then what I went ahead and did was, one of my things that I do at the beginning of every year, of course, most people that have the planner or calendar or anything, even my mom that just has a plain simple calendar, she'll go in and she puts in all her birthdays. So I did a little bit more instead of, and now I love to decorate. I love to add the washi every month, but I went ahead and just started adding it to each page. Oh yes, I forgot to bring these in here. These were actually cut out from Target, They were paper cut out and I added glue, but I've realized that you can download printable little to-dos, and I will leave a link. I downloaded 3 different types, so I'll leave a link down below for where you can purchase these. I printed these out on a full-page label, and then I cut them out and I put them in here. And the reason I do that is because, especially with my small business, and I was getting to the end of the year, every day I had something I needed to do, you know, whether it was make something, mail something, and it was just easier for me to have a list that I can check off. So, you can see I went ahead and washi. All of January's ready. And actually I just washi the whole entire, this is my February, it's kind of blank, but I put in all my birthdays. But I went through and I just washied every, whoops, not washies. Let me just trim that real quick. Oh, there it is. It was just an extra piece in there. I just went through and I washied every weekly plan. Now I know I may come in here and think, oh no, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wanted to do this color, but you know, I felt like this was what I needed to do for the year, to get ready for the year, to start planning, and to maybe not spend Sunday evenings are sometimes hard to sit down and put things down on paper. Now I will still come in here and fill out my weekly, but as far as the decorating is concerned, I just did it. I went through and sat down and watched movies and washied this up. So anyway, so that's kind of how I have my 2016 planned out. And then in the very back of my planner, I have a note place, and I'll probably put, as I get closer to 2017, I'll start adding more notes in here, so that way I have a place for upcoming events in 2017. I'm sorry, I'm about to lose my voice, but anyway, I hope that inspires you, to maybe gives you an idea of something that you can do within your planner. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.